Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Vanessa and you are watching the Exploring Oracle, or the Exploracle for short. So today we will be taking a look at this astrology deck, the Heavenly Bodies Astrology deck by Lily Ashwell. So it comes in this big box. These are the sides. Oops. It actually comes with this sleeve. So it tells you that it can be used to learn, to decode, and to communicate within the language of astrology. So it is published by Seco Books. So here's the front of the box. It has this feather detail. These are the sides. My copy has a little bit of a damage over there. So the back's really lovely watercolor pattern and wings there. Now it's packaged like an indie deck, but I got this from Amazon, and it is published by Seco Books. So I guess this is a mass market deck. It says here, heaven is under our feet as well as over our heads. And it comes with this really good guidebook. It is hardbound, and it is a decent thickness, and there's a lot of information that you can get from this book. Here's a table of contents. So it teaches you about astrology, how you can work with the deck before going into the energetics of the deck, starting with the planets, then the signs of the zodiac, the houses, the major aspects, the natural zodiac, the nodes, and you have some notes. So there's really a lot of information that you can get from this book. So it teaches you how to understand astrology. It explains what the planets are, the signs of the zodiac, and what the houses are, and how you can use the deck, and then a full page and a picture for each planet, for each sign, for each aspect, for each house. So there's a lot of information that you can get from this book. And honestly, I bought this set because of the book, because I wanted to learn a little bit more about astrology. And then there's also some space at the back for your notes before you go into a short biography of Lily Ashwell. Okay, let's put that to the side. Then you have this ribbon, and you can also get the cards, and then this feather detail on the inside of the box. So let me just put this box aside before we start taking a look at the cards. So the cards come inside a box, within the main package. It's again beautifully decorated with these pastel colors, and you have some quotations at the back, and in the inside of the box you have a ribbon and another quote in the inside. So it's really beautifully produced for a mass market deck. I'm going to call it a mass market deck, although I'm not really sure, because again, the quality is like indie quality. The cardstock, well, it is matte. It is a little bit thin, however, it does feel sturdy. And the illustrations on the it has borders, and it is a little bit. Oh, hold on, let me get a tarot. Okay, so the size of the card is a little bit bigger than a standard tarot, but smaller than your usual oracle size. So just a little bit taller and wider. Okay, and the backs, here are the backs. They are not reversible. The color is a very pastel-y color, very light and pastel-y. And like I said, I got this set because of the guidebook, because this is the style of art that doesn't really call to me. But I wanted to get the set because I wanted to learn about astrology, and the guidebook looked really good. Right, then let's take a look at each of the cards. So there is a white border across all of the art. You do get the name of the planet or the sign at the top, and then some keywords at the bottom. I think you also have the moon phase at the upper right. And you have some keywords at the bottom of the card. I don't think it's a moon phase. I haven't really used this deck. To be honest, I'm not really called to use it. And I think it's because this style of art, as lovely as it is, it just doesn't speak to me. And I knew that buying the deck because I have seen flip-throughs of this deck before I got it. I usually do that before I purchase my decks, unless it's like unless it's a pre-order or it's a Kickstarter that I would back. But I usually watch full flip-throughs, and I knew that I wasn't really called by the art. And it's not because it isn't lovely, because it is. It's just not my style. And I think a lot of people can relate to that. I mean, sometimes it's really just a style of art. Sometimes the style of art calls to you, sometimes it doesn't. And for this one, I'm not called to use it. As lovely as the deck is, it's produced really well. But I really did get it just because of the guidebook. And I've read the guidebook, and I still haven't used the deck. So I'm pretty sure that this deck won't stay or won't be staying in my collection. I'll be rehoming this deck, but there is a lot to be learned from this particular package, because I think it's really well produced. I can't say it enough. I mean, you've seen the box. The guidebook is really well done. There's a lot of effort that went into this deck, and the quality is pretty good. I mean, I was wondering whether it was an indie deck or mass market because of the way it's produced. I think it's actually better produced than some indie decks that I have, and that's saying something. So I appreciate all the effort that went into the deck, and there are some cards here that are really beautiful, like this owl for the 10th house, but it's just not my style. And I think that's one of the main things that I consider when I keep decks, if I like the art and if it resonates with me. Because I do have a collection of cards. I do have a collection of decks, mostly because I like the art. So if it doesn't speak to me, it's not something that I would be called to use, then I end up rehoming the deck. But there is some lovely cards here. I mean, there are some lovely cards here. The elements are just beautiful. Oops. Now, in the guidebook, there are suggestions on how to use the deck. So you can use it to learn. So how to use the deck, to decode, to know your birth chart, or if somebody says what zodiac they're in, you can try and understand them, or know their qualities more. And then you can also work with the full moon using the deck to communicate. And then it also suggests some spreads. So pretty much like an oracle deck, like how you would use an oracle deck, right? And then let us see. Oh wait, let me zoom out. And then let's see how this deck shuffles. I haven't shuffled this because I haven't used it, but it shuffles well. Don't really have any issues with it. The cardstock is a little bit I'm not sure if I'm starting to see some bowing. but the cardstock feels great. I mean, even if it's slightly bigger, I can still shuffle it. Yeah, and then, you know, just to counteract any bowing, then I'll just shuffle it the other way around. Okay, and then you can also side shuffle. And then let's see if a card wants to be read, and we can use that so that you have a sense of what's written in the guidebook. Okay, so probably let's just use this card. Oh, it's the 8th house. So the houses, so let's first look at a brief intro on the houses. So it says here that beginning at the sign rising in the east at the time you were born, known as your ascendant or rising sign, the sky is divided into 12 houses. Together, the houses represent the various pieces that make up your life, from finances to family to spiritual growth and everything in between. They can also symbolize a lifespan divided into 12 developmental stages. Neither perspective is right or wrong, and considering both only deepens your reading. In the play of your life, the house is the stage where the action takes place. Okay? And then for house 8, you have this full page, you have a photo, and then information, some keywords, and omen. So it says here, this is a place of danger, but it's also a place of freedom. Here lies the pain and fear you keep hidden and the deep connections that force them to surface. If looked at from the perspective of a lifespan, it's a heartbreak or intimacy-prompted transformation. More figuratively, it's anything that pushes you to face your fears, igniting the life-ending and life-giving cycle of death and rebirth. There is spirituality in this space, as it reveals the karmic wounds you incarnated to heal in this lifetime. Pluto ruled and the natural home of Scorpio, this house holds your secrets and the things you deem taboo. Your experience with intimacy and sexuality live here as expressions of this landscape. Being a karmic house, it also speaks of legacies and inheritance. There is a heavy predestined energy in this space as it holds the things you've been given for a reason. It's also linked to research and investigation with so much to untangle, uncover, and transform. And then you have here also some keywords. So karmic connection, secrets, legacies, sexuality research, and then some experiences that would be related to this card and omens. So I'll just pause here, or you can pause here so you can read what's written in the guidebook. But yeah, so that's how this guidebook reads. And again, there's a lot of information that can be learned. If you're really interested in astrology and you want something that looks beautiful, if the art is calling out to you, if you are interested in the guidebook, which I think is really well done, then you can check out this deck. I got this from Amazon. It's quite accessible, and yeah, I feel a bit sad that I don't really connect with this deck as much as I wanted to, because I am interested in astrology and it is one of those things that I want to get into, but I guess maybe at a later point in time I would find a deck that would also have a similar really good guidebook and art that speaks to me. And yeah, so that's my flip through of the Heavenly Bodies Astrology deck. If you like it, please don't forget to click on the like button, and please do consider subscribing to my channel. I post videos at least once a week, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!